That's a Corvette, man. That's a Corvette. Yes, Mom. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mom, I really shouldn't have driven that fast.
Die Frontlippe ist kaputt!
How low can you go? Soft, close, smooth, and effortless finish. What a wonderful day, my friends. Here's a new video, the Corvette C8. And fitting, of course, for this beautiful season, we've got the car here in its convertible version. Have you ever seen a Corvette in brown? I mean, this looks absolutely stunning. This is a real golden hello. A golden chocolate brown ice. Man, it's wild. Holy cow. Someone just walked by and said, "Hey, isn't that the brand new one right there, or what? That's the new one, right?" Yep. He says, "No room for a beer crate, huh?" I was like, sure, I'd say about a crate of beer fits in there, right? The trunk is back here, in that big compartment over there. You see what I mean? I don't want to touch anything because it looks so nice. I'd say at least 2 beer crates could definitely fit in there without any problem. No doubt about it. Of course, we've got a 6.2 liter V8. Naturally aspirated engine under the hood. And that's really, really rare these days. And that's exactly the reason why we have this car. Because, sure, turbo engines are awesome and all that. They're fun, they're exciting, and so on and so forth. But this here is just sport of the old school. I think that's how you'd really have to call it nowadays. You don't see this very often anymore. And of course, the question naturally arises, first and foremost logically, how does it handle on the road? We're going to test that today. But of course, given the weather conditions, we have winter tires on. And that's why the performance isn't quite up there. That's why I came up with another idea. A little something inspired by all the daddies out there. You probably know this when you've got a new ride. The first question, no matter what kind of car it is, the first question is always, and how much does it guzzle? We're not going to hypermile or even try to drive this tank all the way to empty today. We've got 70 liters in there, and this thing, the Corvette, is actually pretty fuel efficient for its size based on what I've experienced so far. What's your estimate? With 6.2 liters, how much fuel do you think that beast goes through? And now don't go Googling or anything, okay? We all want to keep the suspense alive. So this is definitely going to be incredibly exciting. We'll check what this device consumes at minimum, and then we'll escalate things completely. I'm driving on a limited highway heading towards an unrestricted one, and that's where we'll really push it to the max. We floor it, and then we'll see what's the absolute maximum fuel consumption under full throttle. How much can it really guzzle down at peak? Cold start? Let's go right now then. I just absolutely love it. Take a look here. What I just spotted, a strong competitor, the Porsche 911 Cabriolet. Not quite. The Porsche 911 Cabrio is definitely the competition, though it's just a little bit pricier when you compare them side by side. So we'll figure out the minimum consumption, the maximum consumption. What can this thing handle? What's it really capable of? What's its absolute limit? I think it'll make a great video. Let's get started. All right, guys, Corvette C8 Stingray convertible, freshly warmed up, 482 horsepower are ready to go, and this baby should hit close to 300. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna slam it full throttle, give it everything it's got, and push it to the absolute limit, trying to burn through as much fuel as we possibly can. Right now, we're doing the complete opposite. First, I'm resetting the onboard computer to 0, and then we'll see what it's actually capable of. Achieves in minimal consumption because we're dealing with a 6.2 liter V8 engine in a completely standard production car, which doesn't cost 300 million euros, but rather just over 100,000. It's absolutely incredible. I'm totally into it. It's one of the last massive, naturally aspirated engines in the world. It's like everyone's still treating themselves to a big engine. Eventually, there won't be any big engines left. Soon, only 4 cylinders with hybrids. Then, just electric cars. That's why what we're driving here, there will be an absolutely huge demand for it because it simply won't be available anymore. Settings. Location-based automatic lift, that's insane. You can save points, for example, if you have your own garage and you know, okay, I need to activate the lift system there. You can save those points. Other cars can do it too, but the Corvette can also do it. Then it automatically lifts when you get to that spot because the navigation knows that location. And when you drive there, it automatically raises the front so you don't scrape your front lip. You know, sometimes you have to think a bit, even up to the phone somehow. Yeah, Mom? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mom, I shouldn't have been driving so fast. And then you're just not paying attention to the car. And that's how you end up wrecking the front lip. That's why this exists. Honestly, I have to admit to you, I'm really not a fan of this pack at all. For me, it's always been brown or beige interior, or however you might choose to describe it. It's wild, super detailed, but I just don't like it. I'm really into, I don't know, light gray, dark gray, black, or even just colors in general, you know what I mean? Beige or this slightly brownish shade here, though, really isn't my thing. It's just always a matter of personal taste. It's cool that it looks different. A beige interior in a video like this is just a striking image. I'll show you the brown tone from the outside once we've covered the first 100 kilometers of the drive. So once we've gotten the mandatory part out of the way to check what the minimum consumption is. We'll check that out now, 100 kilometers. Then we'll make a quick stop and inspect the car from the outside. And there are some things that are just super interesting. You guys have it set up exactly like this. I guess I haven't seen it yet. It's another unique little detail that you won't find in any other sports car out there, really. I'll show it after 100 kilometers. The last 324 kilometers averaged 15.4. Can we get under 10? How far can it drop? How low can you push it? After that, how high can we take it? Let's see where the real limits truly lie, shall we? How much can we achieve in terms of maximum consumption? From now on, 100 kilometers. I'm just going to really minimize it. We'll turn the air conditioning off. We'll keep the heating on naturally, because we're not fools after all. We'll turn off the seat heater as well. It's nice and warm now, that thing. And now we're just cruising through the area at around 90. Or something like that. So we've got the Z51 package, which means there's more sportiness in here. We've got more downforce. There's a rear wing, a front splitter, and some serious brakes on here. All of that ensures that even more performance is added. Even though the Corvette is already crazy, the thing is already sporty, and Z51 makes it even sportier. Many questions have come my way, and most of them kind of stem from everyday life. Does it have a trunk? Yes, it does. Actually, two. One in the front, which is small, and one in the back, which is relatively large. If you don't take the convertible, but the coupe, the trunk becomes really big. So it's really disgustingly big, almost. You can lie down in there then. Next thing, it's so loud and it's such a clunky old car. Is it really that loud? No, it's not loud. It's only loud if you want it to be. And then it's nice and loud, just the way you'd prefer it to sound. Then it resonates loudly. I'll show you that after these 100 kilometers. And then the car is tight. No, it's not tight. There's space here. Is it badly made? Number, the Corvette isn't poorly made. It's really well put together. If you look at the stitching, the craftsmanship here with the Alcantara and all that, it's nice. The car is really nice to drive, even with the mid-engine still. Isn't it true that the rear keeps overtaking or that the thing spins around like a top all the time? You can drive this car fast, push it to the limit, without it ever getting dangerous. Quiet and comfortable. Warm when it's warm, cold when it's icy cold. I think the design is cool. It's a different design. It's no longer the typical Corvette design. What comes from the fact that the engine is now here and not there anymore? The front engine, this long hood. You were practically sitting just in front of the rear axle. The design was just insane, really insane. But it just wasn't keeping pace with modern standards anymore. And you simply couldn't manage to make the car faster or competitive without moving the engine to the middle or adding all-wheel drive. Corvette made the choice to actually position the engine in the middle. We now have a rear mid-engine, and that delivers the essential performance needed to keep up with the 911, a BMW M3, and all the other competitors out there. So we've done 90 kilometers, which means there are still 10 kilometers left until we find out the minimal fuel consumption of the Corvette. I have to admit, honestly, I've been driving on cruise control at 85 to 90, depending on how the traffic was flowing. The fact is, the car is relaxed, the driver is relaxed, it's quiet in here, it's comfortable, there's no rush. It's genuinely such an absolutely incredible car for traveling. You've really got to admit it like that. And when you see the car like that, you just think, oh my God, a herniated disc is coming in hot. But it's really a very, very relaxed car. Even though it's a convertible, nice and quiet, No wind noise, no creaking, nothing at all. 98.5 kilometers. The result is approaching 99.2, 99.8. There we have the 100 kilometers. Good heavens, now the final result is coming. How little can you consume with a 6.2 litre V8? Brace yourself, this might just shock you. This car here consumed exactly 6.5 litres over a distance of 100 kilometers. An impressive average fuel consumption rate of just 6.5 litres per 100 kilometers was achieved, which is quite remarkable. What? How is that even possible? But we're just cruising here at 1500 RPM? It's absolutely fantastic. Holy cow, this is an awesome car. I told you I'll show you a few things that you can only see when it's stationary. And first off, there's this insane brown. I've already said it twice now. Have you ever seen a brown Corvette? I haven't, but it actually suits the Corvette quite well. I'd say that's a sports car, right? That's definitely a sports car. And it looks damn good, it's my honest opinion. A Corvette is a badass car. Look at it like a postcard. What do you say about the brown? It has so many, splatters in it. It's really a beautiful paint job, and of course it matches perfectly with the beige interior. Look at all the splatters it has here. Beautiful car, beautiful paint job. What I don't find quite as nice, honestly, the car is all black rims, which kind of takes away from the overall vibe in my opinion. Black accents here like this, there like that. The mirrors are also black. Here this is black. The front lip is black. Everything is black. All of it black. Completely black. Entirely black. Except for just one single little detail that stands out. What? What's not clear here? Make them black. They've absolutely got to be black. No exceptions. Yeah, it looks kind of okay. But please, they have to be black. It's got to be perfectly tone on tone. How does that look? Honestly, they're practically glowing. Out with them. So, this here, the Z51 package, that's what you're seeing. Oh, that's a nice rear spoiler. I don't need it right now, but it's totally fine, so I think it's really awesome. So let's check out the trunk. Opens up electrically. And then I've got this big backpack here. It's really huge. And my even bigger jacket. You can definitely fit a crate of water in there. These rugged features here are because of the OPF, this bulge here. So there's space really, there's more than enough space. It's soft close. Number 2, up front there's also a trunk space. I'll show you quickly how it opens up. You press here twice. Exactly. The bag fits in there 100%. A boarding trolley for the plane fits in there too. And on the right and left you can still store a bit more, so the space is definitely sufficient. That's good. And what I really truly love is that there are so many different options and ways available to open up this spacious trunk area. Normally there are 2 ways. You can use your hand, and like the key also works, plus you can even kick it open. Here there's a bit more, so I'll just show you all of them. It's kind of mixed together, of course. So the first option is you're sitting in the car and somehow you're at the hotel. Your wife says, "Could you open up the trunk?" You reply, "Of course, I'll take care of it." Bam. This right here is option number 1 to open up the trunk. The trunk is now open. Then we had the second option with the key. It opens. And now I'll close the car. Exactly, the car is locked. Then I come out of the supermarket and somehow find myself holding a bag in my left hand. Or more precisely, it's the shopping bag. Then I think to myself, oh man, the key, damn it, do I have a trunk bag or maybe a jacket or something? I just can't seem to get it open right now. Then there's actually a third way to open this thing, and it's located right down here. Dude, how incredibly cool is this? We just lay down on the street and there's the button. Look, this here is the button, you press it, and then the trunk opens up right away. There are actually 3 different methods to open the front trunk compartment. Very good. And now we come to the thing I wanted to show you, which truly no other car on the market has quite like this one. For that, we need to grab something. So we'll pick up this branch here. This right here is the edge of the curb, just like this, you see? High curb. That's what causes the pain with this here. It really stings right in this exact spot when it hits the curb hard. Did you grasp this scientific experimental setup so far? Yes, right? Do you understand it? Good. We're starting the car. This is just a standard reversing camera. You're familiar with that, right? But now keep your eyes open. See this camera here? It's a top view. And this here? These are the outlines of our front lip. And I can precisely... Oh, I'd have crashed into it by now. My front lip is totally wrecked. I've driven it straight into the ground and completely ruined it. Although it still fits just fine, doesn't it? Honestly, I think it's awesome, really, I mean it. It's just one of those details that makes this car stand out from the rest. Look here, let's go over there again. You can really see from above, all the way to where you can drive. This is just awesome. These are small but really clever features that make a car truly practical, somehow logical and cool to operate, and they genuinely save your vehicle because you don't end up accidentally scraping the curb up front. Let's quickly run through the interior here, just a brief overview of it. For that, we'll turn the vehicle back on. Because it feels so good. So, the steering wheel, it's squared off, but in everyday use, it doesn't bother you. That's the funny part, even on the track. We've been on the track with grip quite often with it. It doesn't bother at all. I haven't fully gone into time attack mode here just yet. I don't know if it might actually bother you when you're really driving, but actually your hands are mostly here. And you're doing your magic. And sure, when you counter steer, that works. You'll eventually get used to knowing there are corners there, but honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I'd prefer a round one. Shift paddles made of metal are awesome, really high quality. Here are the controls for those who haven't seen it. You pull them up like this. When reversing, I get it, but with D. I'd like to press it, but you actually have to pull the D as well. Here you can change driving modes. Up front's the camera, here's the lift system, and ESP is off. This here is the bar where all the buttons you need for controlling the climate settings are conveniently placed. Seats, very, very comfortable. Excellent side support, still with the embossed Corvette logo. Carbon fiber. Then you're sitting in here with a truly fantastic passenger seat and an exceptionally comfortable driver's seat. So you're really settled in here, but it's never cramped. You never think, where on earth am I supposed to put my legs? Really, it fits very, very well. So we're moving on now, and then it's on to the 100 kilometers, and that's with full throttle. Let's go, full speed ahead. Okay, the car has been fully discussed. Now we're switching, I'd say, into maximum consumption mode, pushing it to the limit. And this isn't the travel mode, not my mode, not even sport mode, but it's the full-on hardcore, no holds barred damn track mode. And now give it everything you've got, full throttle. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, that's exactly why we got ourselves a Corvette. Oh, that feels so amazing. Is that good? Yes, come on, guys. You're definitely going to let me pass now, right? Don't you? Finally back to the usual mode again. Oh God, this feels absolutely amazing and perfect. Oh yes, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250. Well, it's running perfectly. It's really doing great, that one. I'm really curious to see what the fuel consumption will be. It's a 6.2 liter V8 engine. But of course, you can't be driving flat out the entire duration. That's simply not feasible at all, really. Like right now, I have to deal with this truck, just puttering along in the left lane, holding everyone up. Now I can speed up again. How amazing is this sound? And of course, things like this will keep happening. That's why it will likely end up being a relatively realistic estimate for the maximum consumption, I believe. And if you say, okay, at some point you'll drive normally again, then the consumption will drop significantly. The truth about everyday consumption lies somewhere in between. But that's why we're doing it. We want to find out what's possible, the maximum Currently 29.9 after 7.7 kilometers. Man, the sound is just insane. That's only possible with this much engine displacement. Ah yes, now we're getting a bit of full throttle here. Racetrack mode is, as you can see by my body, also quite sporty. Let's switch back to sport mode now. Ah yes, much more relaxed. The suspension is still very sporty, very tight, but it's no longer those short impacts. He doesn't have that anymore. So this is the mode we're currently driving in right now, sport mode. So we're speeding through it once. This car just hammers out at high RPM up there at 6,500 revs. It's truly something else. Absolutely thrilling to experience firsthand. Up there, how the cylinders fire, the pistons. It's absolutely mind-blowing. The incredible sounds that roar out of this car. It's truly something beyond belief. All the time, when you ease off the throttle, holy smokes, this is one hell of a car. The brake, which is reinforced in the Z91 package, doesn't falter at all. No shuddering, no issues, nothing like that whatsoever. Not a single problem. It's really well done. I've braked from well over 200 a few times. The brake doesn't even flinch or show any signs of wear. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Oh my goodness, that's absolutely and utterly mind-blowing. Man! Okay, we're doing a 100 to 200 measurement. I'm really curious to see what happens. Okay, we're in track mode. And we're going to go full throttle and then measure 100 to 200. Okay, 8,347. 8.347 factorial, that's R6 level. 600 horsepower. Man, that's insane. An R482. And an R6 is also a bit more expensive than this one, which makes this result even more impressive, honestly. Seriously, it's wild how close it gets to the R6's performance level, especially considering the price difference. It's really something to think about when you see the numbers side by side. The value for money here is just unbelievable. 3.5 seconds for this thing to go from 0 to 100? He wouldn't do it now, but he could with summer tires. But what he can do above everything else is scream at himself insanely damn loudly. And that's damn good. Dude, 8,347, I can't believe it. So now we're seeing a major advantage of the Corvette. Why is it so efficient? At 200 kilometers per hour. It's only at 2,500. But we're not here to prove it's fuel efficient. We've already figured that part out and moved on. We really want to find out just how wasteful it can possibly be. And now let's take a look here. What's in there in terms of VMAX? Okay, we've got 250. The highway is completely clear. 260 rupees. 270. Now it's slightly uphill. It goes on 275, 277. 280. 282. Gotta ease off the gas now. Can't see if he's pulling out. Nice. Very, very nice. I'd say the place is on fire, and I mean it's burning down to the ground. Consumption is skyrocketing like crazy. Go, 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 baby. Let's keep it rolling full speed. The tank has also said its goodbyes a bit. So before, there was this tiny little line from 1 out of 1. Just a tiny bit was missing. And now we're almost at half a tank. And we haven't even driven 100 kilometers yet. So 270 is a speed that you can comfortably maintain with this car. And beyond that, it starts to get noticeably tougher. Pushing it all the way up to 290 demands a significant amount of extra effort and requires much more focus to keep it steady, controlled, and precise. So you've seen it. I've been holding the throttle down for quite a while now. 92 is on there. Dude, you can't drive like this anyway. So distance traveled is 97.2 kilometers, almost 100. The average speed recorded was 141.2 kilometers per hour, and the minimum fuel consumption achieved was measured at 6.5 liters. Where does the maximum fuel consumption actually stand? It reaches an astonishing 30.4 liters for every single 100 kilometers driven. Guys, it's all in there, between 6.5 liters and 30 liters. Honestly, I think it's absolutely mega, no joke at all. I find that genuinely really interesting. So the 30 liters are, of course, everything that's possible, just a joke. 5,000, but it's nothing that's realistic. 1,646 kilometers, 12.9 liters average consumption. I find that really crazy. And it has to be said, these press cars, everyone who gets in here is essentially test driving the car. Everyone who gets in here does this. Everyone. Nobody drives it in cruise mode, just casually and normally in my everyday travel setting. Everyone hops in here, everyone tries this thing out and tries to figure out how hard the car corners and so on and so forth. Does it have launch mode? Everyone's curious about it. Holy moly, mamma mia! That sound is absolutely mind-blowing. That sound is just divine. We're cruising down the country road. Even on bad stretches we see things. We're in sport mode and this thing stays perfectly composed. No sliding, no shakiness, just pure eagerness. The engine revs smoothly and beautifully, delivering an incredible soundscape if you're in the mood for it. If not, the car stays quiet, relaxed, and effortlessly cool. Even with such a big engine, you can easily average around 10 liters. Trust me, it's an absolute blast to drive. The way it handles and responds is unmatched, turning every moment behind the wheel into pure joy. It's a thrilling experience you'll love. Pouring in Super Plus Dot, or even better, V-Power, that's really fun. So Matthias, what's it going to be? Are you going to buy this one? Or would you rather go for an M3 Cabrio? Or maybe even splurge on a Porsche 911 Cabrio? At the end of the day, it's naturally also a very, very serious money question. Because this car costs around 100. The BMW M3 Cabrio is also around 100. If you fully equip it, the cost is much higher. The Porsche starts much later at 127,000 euros. Actually, you have to say you have to buy such a Corvette. But it's always like when you say that, you still have something else in mind. Porsche is always on my mind. I genuinely love the brand a lot. Honestly, it's just a Corvette, man. A Corvette, dude, just a Corvette. You know what I'm talking about? That incredible feeling of those long gears that you can just keep pulling and pulling, stretching them out endlessly. You just don't have that in the Porsche. Of course, you don't get that V8 sound in the Porsche either. But it's just an insanely awesome car. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Had a blast today, really enjoyed it. Sorry we skipped the track, but I think we still got to see that the handling of this vehicle is really impressive. Comfortable, fast, yet agile. Efficient, and when you want it, really, really indulgent. So love each other. Take care. Until next time.